It's important that we give because God's given us everything we need and more, and God expects us to give back.
It feels so good to give.
I want to help out, do my part in the community.
When we give, it lets it be more about God and less about us.
We're so lucky about what we have, and so it's great to give that back to other people.
It's nice to know that you helped someone out just because you wanted to.
Giving out to other people makes you feel good, and you're doing what God wants you to do.
Well, giving is what it's all about.
We've got this wonderful crew of volunteers here to build this habitat house.
Out here we've got about 65 people, I think, from Immanuel, giving of their time and their energy.
One of the good things about Immanuel's work with Habitat for Humanity is that you can participate in lots of different ways, even if you aren't skilled with a hammer or a saw. In August, we, meaning this congregation, worked on a home in Chaska. We've helped build 2 houses in this particular neighborhood, plus 2 others in the southern suburbs. Last winter, Immanuel members worked on a rehab in North Minneapolis.
We are here to give of ourselves, give of our time, give of our resources. I think the opportunity to live out our faith, that put our faith into action to help people in need, I think that's what God asks us to do.
And we're walking in the steps of Jesus, right? And we're building a community.
We're at St. Stephen's. We serve approximately 230 to 270 people a meatball dinner.
St. Stephen's Catholic Church on 22nd and Clinton in Minneapolis is a site for the Loaves and Fishes program. A team from Immanuel prepares and serves a hot meal on the second Thursday every other month. Those who serve on this team love this work, and they feel grateful to be part of it.
They are always so amazed at how good it makes them feel, how appreciative our guests are of their dinner, and I see a lot of smiles. So we just have a lot of fun, and we leave here tired and feeling great.
Oh, I see God at work at the smiles of the little children as they come through the line. I see God at work at the thank yous that people so freely offer for our service. I see God at work in the people of Immanuel that give their offerings so that this ministry can go on. I see God at work everywhere.
When you serve a person a meal with a smile and a kind word, I believe we are carrying on God's work of feeding people.
Cone? Oh, you're the first cone of the day.
Another place where Immanuel members feed the hungry is at Cornerstone, a shelter for women and children who are victims of domestic abuse.
They walk away really happy, really appreciative, and they're such nice folks, and you just wish, and your heart goes out to them and hope that they're going to find some peace in their life. It's just showing up and really caring for some people and doing some of God's work.
Well, this is the Peacemakers, our quilting group here at Immanuel.
Our quilters gather twice a month during the school year. The tops are sewn by volunteers at home, and then the quilts are assembled here at church. The goal of the group is to assemble 100 quilts a year. For the past several years, they've exceeded that goal. Last year, they did 117, and all but one of them went to the Lutheran World Relief. Once a year, the quilts are displayed during worship so that everyone can see them. Then they're packed up, delivered to the Lutheran World Relief warehouse, and then shipped overseas.
The people who receive them are people who are in need of warmth, comfort. They are perhaps people that are living in cardboard boxes, and for many of them this becomes maybe not even a quilt to put over them, but a quilt to lay on the dirt floor so that they have a softer place to sleep. And I enjoy it, and I think all the ladies here would agree with that. That makes us feel good.
Millie Chatelaine from Bronx, New York. Diane Quiñones from Santa Ana, California.
These are the girls from A Brighter Day, formerly known as the ABC House. This is one of the opportunities we have to reach out right here in our own community of Eden Prairie.
We are changing the lives of students by bringing them from the environments that they're in to be able to learn in a safer environment. We support A Brighter Day by giving money, by giving our time, by bringing over a meal, and by helping out with our talents by doing home improvement projects around the yard.
Face-to-face relationship with the girls, whether it's sponsoring, whether it's coming over to help them with their homework, whether it's coming over and just having breakfast and sit down and visit with them. They love it.
And truly does give them a better chance to be able to realize all of their talents that they have, all the gifts that they've been given.
Relationships are very important in God's work.
PROP is an acronym standing for People Reaching Out to Other People. And it isn't that they want to come, it's that they really have to come.
PROP has been serving this community since 1971. Most people know it best as the local food shelf. People of all ages, kids, young people, and families, gather food for PROP as part of their service to the least of these. One of the effects of that effort is that all of us become more aware of the needs of others.
Every time they get hungry, they might think about somebody else that might be hungry.
These days, PROP does much more than provide food. They also provide emergency assistance with housing and transportation, referrals to other agencies, and they're moving towards a model that helps clients move towards self-sufficiency. So it's not just a hand out, but a hand up as well.
It's always been really so rewarding, I think, for anybody who volunteers, because you think you're giving, but really you're receiving.
As Christians, we want to help those who can't help themselves. And of all the homeless in the Twin Cities area, the youth are the most ignored.
Resnick House, just off Interstate 94 in St. Paul, is a program of Lutheran social service. This is home for 12 formerly homeless youth. Can you imagine how frightening it is to be young and vulnerable and completely alone in the world?
Resnick is the place where these youth can go receive the help they need, the caring that they haven't had, and the ability to change their lives so that they can go on into society.
Welcome to the block party at Redeemer Lutheran Church. We are delighted to be able to partner with this North Minneapolis congregation and the outstanding work they do in their inner city neighborhood. Kelly Chapman is their pastor.
Many of the people are living with minimum wage jobs. They're the working poor. And our relationship and partnership makes life sustainable for them.
They meet people exactly where they are and show them by the programs and the love and the friendship and the acceptance just what it means to be a Christian. And Immanuel's lucky enough to work with them in bringing the gospel and living out the gospel each and every day up there.
People see who we understand God to be, and that God is a caring, compassionate God who sees that out of our abundance. That's really something, and I'm honored to be in partnership with Immanuel.
What you've seen is just a sample of the many ways that Immanuel members give their time and energy for the sake of the gospel. We also serve meals to the homeless at Simpson Shelter, support children through Compassion International, and reach out to the hurting in our own community through Southwest Grief Coalition, and much, much more. Beyond that, of course, many Immanuel members are generously serving others on their own, outside the programs of this congregation, in ways that we never hear about, but are equally grateful for. God has poured out His blessings on this congregation in such incredible abundance. In response to that abundance, it is our great privilege to pass on those blessings to others, to serve as a conduit of God's love. My prayer is that you have been inspired by the givers you have seen on this video, and that you too may come to know the joy of giving yourself away for the sake of the gospel. Amen.